And welcome back to the Sooner Surge for another signing day special. This time it's Jayden Hardy, signed, sealed, delivered. The pen has hit the paper officially. A Sooner as the Sooners head into the SEC. Hardy joins a loaded safety room for the Sooners.
What a name too, Jayden Hardy. I mean, that just the Hardy Boys. Maybe he's going to be part of the safety group. Call them the Hardy Boys. Get another guy back there. But what this does for you is it gives them a lot of depth. Like they've already started to build under Brandon Hall back there. He's been an incredible recruiter for Oklahoma for 2 years, 2.5 years, whatever it's been. Outstanding job. Gets another guy in Jayden Hardy who uh, can kind of work his way in there with the talent they have and learn under some of these guys that have been playing. Even you look at a guy like RSJ, who's been there now, going on his third year. You got Peyton Bowen took a lot of snaps, and then Billy Bowman. I mean, what better? You talk about Billy Bowman coming back. Look, it's huge for guys like this that can really learn under Billy Bowman. And like he's 5'11". I don't know his weight off the top of my head. What was it?
He's listed 165 on
160. Okay, so you think about it. I think probably he's a guy that could really use that first year under Schmitty. I think it could really help develop him. But he's a guy with a lot of natural instinct, and that's what I really like about Jayden Hardy. Very natural instinct out there on the field, and you got to have that at safety, guys.
That's right. And as you said, he's just so natural in how he plays the game. And at Lewisville, he would line up at corner, line up at safety. Sometimes he would even line up at nickel. They would just use him a lot in man coverage for safety, which shows his ability, obviously, in coverage. And Jay, as you said, he's just so instinctful, right? He just plays like he understands the game. He comprehends what teams are trying to do to attack, maybe what they're trying to play on defense and things like that. And I remember just seeing a clip of him in overtime 7-on-7, just watching him trash talk, just the way he played the game. I fell in love. I was just like, this is, a guy I can see playing under Brent Venables. He has kind of an edge. He plays with fire. He's not gonna dodge the smoke in a sense, right? Like he's gonna want to play with the physicality. And he's someone, Jay, as you said, that probably is going to need a year under Schmidt. I think he will probably need a year, maybe even two under development. But he's someone I could see being maybe more of like a coverage specialist in a Brent Venables scheme, in which he's maybe potentially a player and for a year in his career that he could have 5, 6, 7 interceptions. I mean, I really do think that's the ceiling for maybe in the season.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure where he will end up playing, like what safety, free safety, strong safety, but you watch his highlights, and I mean, he just has a knack for the football. He can do it all. He can rush the passer. I saw him one time blitzing right up the middle, laying down the boom. Also, in an area where the Sooners have really struggled in zone, which is what the end goal is for this defense, is to play zone consistently. The middle of the field, kind of middle to the sidelines, that zone's always been busted for OU over the past year. And you see early on in his highlight reel, Hardy's making the plays right there. He had a few interceptions in that area of the field to really see his ability to find the football and make a play on the football. One of them, he was lined up at like the hash, ran over to about the sideline, made the interception there because that's where the wide receiver was at. So just a big time football player, comes from an athletic family. His dad played for Tennessee and in the NFL, and you can just really see his football IQ in his highlight reel.
Well, another thing that I think he's very similar, and it's my opinion here, but if you watch Kendall Dolby and the way Dolby plays, as far as Dolby plays really aggressive, really if he messes up, he's going full speed, and he kind of plays with this abandonment, I would say. And I think Jayden Hardy is a lot like that. And if you look at stature and size wise, he's not built like RSJ yet. RSJ is like a lot bigger of a safety. So to me, he kind of is size-wise and everything. I kind of compare him to Kendall Dolby a little bit. But Kendall Dolby can also cover really well too. And they played him a lot this year in coverage at that cheetah position, son. But I just see Jayden Hardy similar to a guy like Kendall Dolby.
Yeah, I think that's a really good comparison on just stature and just you see the similarities in the play style.
That's right. And Jay, I know that you brought up the point of RSJ, but just because he's 5'11" doesn't mean he can't play like RSJ. Right. I mean, as Hunter said, right, there's plays where he'll come up the middle and he's not afraid to lay the boom. He's not afraid to get down and play near the line of scrimmage. And I think we're gonna see him used in a lot of different spots in a Brent Venables defense, and I just think what Brandon Hall's done with this safety room to take it from whenever he arrived to where it is now going into year 3 under Brent Venables and Brandon Hall. It's pretty incredible. And honestly, what maybe has a talk to be one of the better safety rooms depth-wise in the whole entire country.
Well, and also you look at we haven't talked about it a whole lot. I mean, we've talked about him coming back and Billy Bowman, but what Billy Bowman coming back means to guys that are coming in this year, guys like Jayden Hardy, you cannot value that enough, because first year of the SEC, a lot to learn, and basically the guy teaching you, other than Brennan Hall, is Billy Bowman, and you got Billy Bowman, Peyton Bowen, who's played a lot of football for a freshman, kind of knows as a freshman. You got RSJ's going on his 3rd year. You just got guys that really good to learn from. And then you got Brandon Hall too. And Brandon Hall has shown for sure that he can develop players. And that's why I think he's also so good at recruiting guys, is the track record. You look at what he does. Billy Bowman, guys, as a freshman, he's come a long, long way at safety. Remember that first year, they were playing him all over the place. And what he did last year was, I mean, the fact that he did not get Thorpe Award, I mean, at least a finalist, is ridiculous. But Jayden Hardy, super pumped that he gets to learn under Billy.
Yeah, Billy Bowman absolutely should have won the award.
Yeah.
You look at the 3 finalists they had, every single stat that they're placing up there, Billy Bowman had better numbers. Like, it's wild that, yeah, he wasn't a semifinalist because when those were released, his numbers weren't at the point that they ended up on. But I mean, he had 2 straight weeks with a pick 6. Like, that's unheard of. 2 school records in that department for return yards and pick 6s in a season. So for Hardy to be able to learn from that, I mean, you can't talk about it enough. Like you said, that's huge because it's already paying dividends for Peyton Bowen. RSJ is probably going to be starting for the first time in his career, and he's a junior. So to learn from Billy Bowman as well there. And then you have Hardy, who probably won't see the field too much year 1 because of just everyone in that room. But I mean, that like you said, in the film room at practice with Brandon Hall, Billy Bowman, and those other guys, it's going to make him a lot better, and it's going to set him up for success in year 2 and year 3.
Yeah, and there you have it, guys. Another Sooner football 24K member, signed, sealed, and delivered. Jayden Hardy. So excited for him and so excited to watch him play on the Palace on the Prairie. It's going to be exciting for the next 2, 3, 4 years with him. Super, super fun. So thanks for joining us. Be a part of what's going on at Sooner Surge. Till next time, Boomer.
Boomer.